Instead of oranges, you know, they told me that I had to have a thing called acceptance. I had to accept the fact that I was powerless over alcohol. It's easy to sit out there at a meeting of this nature and say, when we introduce ourselves, my name is Joe and I'm an alcoholic. Any jackass can say that. I wonder if you really understand what you said when you said, my name is such and such and I'm an alcoholic. Maybe I should tell you, then we could do it again to see how sincere, how sure you really are. Because the definition of the word alcoholic, as we understand it, says that we alcoholics are men and women who have lost the ability to control our drinking. Now, do you totally accept that? Do you accept the fact that the next time you drink, you can't safely predict when the hell you're going to stop? Or are you just saying, well, maybe if I drink 10 or 12 of it, it'll be like that? Can you really accept that it's the first drink that does it? Not the 10th, not the 12th. The first drink causes the drunk. If you don't believe that, try getting drunk without the first drink. And you'll find that to be impossible. Now, accepting, you know, that you're powerless over alcohol is one thing, but can you accept it as a permanent thing? That you have lost this ability, that it is gone. Never again will you once more be able to apparently control and enjoy your drinking. Do you accept that? Do you accept it in the same vein that you accept virginity? Once you lose your virginity, it is gone. You're never going to get it again. Oh, you can kid a lot of people that you still got it, but you're only fooling yourself. And that's the same way if you think you can still drink. You're the only one that's going to suffer. Now, if you can accept those things, then you're on your way, you know, towards possibly recovering from this illness that you got. It tells us in our book, you know, that we concede it to our innermost self. And that's what's important, to our innermost self. Because you're the only one that's involved in this. It's not your husband, it's not your wife, it's not your job, it's not the law, it's nothing else but you honestly wanting not to drink again. The reason it has to be on that kind of a relationship, just you, is very simple. It's my belief that if you get sober for any other reason, in other words, if I got sober because my wife said, look, if you don't sober up, I'm going to divorce you. Well, rather than go through a divorce and all of that garbage, I'd say, well, all right. And I'd sober up. But I would resent her. You see, I would resent the fact that she's made me give up something that I've liked. That resentment would develop into hate. And as a result of that hate, I'd eventually drink anyhow. And eventually she would probably leave me. And as soon as she left me, there would go the reason for me staying sober. And it would be the same thing if a company said to me, either sober up or you're going to lose your job. If I sobered up, then I would hate the job. Because I would blame the job for taking away from me what I thought was pleasure. And because I resented the job, because I hated the job, my performance sooner or later would be affected by that. And they'd come along and say, look, you're not doing the job, you're fired. And there would go my reason for staying sober. So I have to do this and want to do this for myself. When I first came to the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, where we I can remember being attracted right off the bat when somebody said that this was that once you make that concession, I didn't really believe it. On your way to the first step of recovery from